Hello everyone, this is Icebat, back with more of the best video game commentary that a bat can provide. If you're all wondering why I didn't upload a video yesterday, don't worry, I'm still alive as of now anyways, and basically I just didn't have the energy to play video games or do a commentary because somebody talked to me on the bus, and it emotionally and mentally exhausted me because I was not expecting somebody to talk to me. Oh, this reminds me of a dream that I had last night. So, that's one reason why I'm feeling better today, is because of this awesome dream that I had last night. But okay, let me just tell you what happened yesterday. I was on the bus on the way to school, and we stopped to pick up some passengers. Oh my god. One of them being a heavy-set man in a white sweatshirt, wearing glasses, maybe about 5'9", and he's breathing incredibly hard. He seems to have some sinus issues because he's hacking up quite a bit. When he sits down, he asks the person next to him if she could open up the window a bit. He's sitting to the side of me. Meanwhile, I'm just reading my textbook with my earphones in, and I immediately become uncomfortable. Because I have this thing where if somebody sits next to me and they start hacking or coughing or anything, I just immediately think disease. And I don't know if this is like normal, but what was the point of that? This doesn't do anything for me. Do I get a ticket or something? Who are you? Fucking asshole. Okay. So I get a little nervous with him sitting next to me because he's hacking, and I'm worried about disease and germs. You know, my God, I'm going to die in a way that's out of my power. Maybe I should pick up smoking because I'm too healthy. I'm really too fucking healthy. I'm going to live forever, and I can't stand it. So I took out my phone and I started scrolling through it, reading fake texts. Do any of you do that? I don't know why I get the urge to do this. It's like some sort of a new age defensive social barrier or something. But it actually kind of helps. Because when you're sitting there and when you're feeling really socially awkward, if you start looking at your phone, first of all, you could pretend like you're socially significant because other people see that and they're like, hey, this guy talks to people. I guess. Maybe he's not such a freak. Which is good because I'm always willing to make a good appearance. No, 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 no! Second place. So, by the way, you would only be able to send texts in this day and age. If you were in the woods trying to hide from a predator like a lion or cheetah, I'm pretty sure the sound of your fingers pressing the buttons would be a dead giveaway. Also, if you forget to set your cell phone to vibrate, that would pretty much screw you up too.
What's a voxophone? What's a voxophone?
Exactly that. A personal record of voice.
Hey, just so we're clear, I'm not paying for this.
Demonstrations.
I wish that worked in every situation. So eventually I put my phone away and I go back to reading my textbook. A little further into the bus ride, he notices the Icebat keychains I have hanging all over my backpack and starts holding one of them, one of the black ones, telling me how cute it is. The only thing I could think to ask him at the time was, "You like bats, huh?" I mean, he's just sitting next to me. He's hacking, he's coughing, he's wheezing. I'm trying to fake text. I'm trying to read my textbook, and all of a sudden he starts fondling my ice bats. So now I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. So anyways, he answered me and he told me he loved bats. He told me right then and there that he didn't understand why so many people are afraid of them and dislike them, because they are so cool. He went on to tell me that whenever he thinks of bats, he thinks of like the zoo and those baby bats that they have at the zoo. And at that point, I was starting to think that maybe this guy was a little bit special. Oh my god. Ah. I'm horrible. And then he started talking to me about the baby bats at the zoo. And he was asking me, I'm not sure if they are baby bats, because I asked him, hey, how do you know they're baby bats? And how would you know? Because bats can be pretty small, actually. And I don't know why I even asked him that, because I didn't really care. I'm sorry, I really didn't care. But I began thinking, oh my god, is this guy for real? Because those are my exact sentiments when it comes to bats. That everybody is afraid of them, and I mean, there's so much discrimination against bats within our culture, with the vampires, and they're in so many different video games. Like, they're enemies in nearly every RPG. And I think it says a lot of things about our society today, is that people don't really accept the differences with bats. Meanwhile, we're supposed to be more and more about equality and less about discrimination, but what about the bats? And what about this little retarded kid? We're both in the same boat. And it's tough to be a bat, especially in the world today. Anyways, so yeah, I told him that I would look it up. I told him I would look it up what type of bats that they have in the zoo up in Seattle. And I probably shouldn't have said that, because now I give away my general area of where I live, and I'm far too lazy to actually go through and edit this. So I didn't do it. I didn't look it up until like 3 a.m. when I woke up in the morning, and I felt completely different. Have you ever woken up and had like a sudden feeling? I felt it was like the first thing that popped in my mind, because I told him I would look it up, and I was worried I would see him on the bus again. And I remembered seeing his face when he looked at me and says, I love those baby bats. And that huge flux of emotion in his eyes, as if all of his hopes and dreams hung on speaking to me and confiding in me of his love for bats. And I thought to myself, I can't do that to somebody. I can't do that to somebody who shares in my understanding for bats, even if they do hack and wheeze, and their only priority in existence is to spread disease and possibly kill newborn infants. So I was going to right then and there check online, so that I would at least have an answer for him, because I didn't want to seem like an asshole if he asked me again, because that's what everybody does. It's like, hey, you should check out this movie, or hey, you should do this, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to do that, and then they never do it. And it's like, well, fuck this. So I didn't do it, and I fell asleep again. But I thought about it, and I thought those exact thoughts. And then I woke up the next morning, and I didn't feel the same way. I was like, you know what? He's gonna live. And I never saw him again. Well, I didn't see him today anyways, because that happened yesterday. Oh yeah, and yesterday we had a class, and journalism class, that's class I'm taking right now, and we spoke on some of the points of ethics in journalism, like what stories should take prominence over the others. For example, a plane crash that kills 180 people is going to be more likely to make it to the front page than a car crash that kills 2. However, when my teacher made this reference, I was reminded of the age-old morality situation, which asked if you would save 10 lives by killing 1, or vice versa, if that one person was smarter than all 10. And I thought about the ethics of journalism in that scenario and how people make a decision of what is more important. Like, let's say the president was among the 2 people who died in the car crash. Is his life worth more than 180? Should the deaths of 180 people take a backseat to the deaths of a president when it comes to delivering the news? I mean, which story should make the front headlines, right? For me, I have one goal, and that is to reach the majority of people in a way that speaks to them, so that they follow me on my quest for world domination of all humanity. And part of this plan is by commentating while playing video games. And, kind of all of this was epitomated, or epitomated? Is that a word? Epitomed? No, I don't even... I don't know, this thought, or this idea, was conveyed to me in a dream that I had last night, in which I was Satan, and it was freaking awesome. I was in a wooded area that had an open lake in the center, and there were all these people eating and drinking and socializing. So I walked in among them, and I started doing all of these magic tricks in order to captivate them and hypnotize them into obeying me. It was as though I needed for them to believe in me, and then I had them. Like...
Sorry, no sale.
Silly? There's never a charge for the rat hole. You've been sleeping under a rock?
Excellent. I manipulated items and did things like make a smoke dragon appear and fly around the place. Eventually, I had everyone under my control, and I started singing while they danced around me, obeying my commands. Most of them I just killed off. There was this one girl who I made out with and then sucked her soul out through my mouth. Now, generally, whenever I start making out with a girl in my dreams, it ends up with me violently fucking her, but tonight I had other things in mind. I suppose, like sucking her soul out. The dream ended with me levitating over the middle of a lake, ending my song in a loud wail, and after I was done, everyone around me collapsed dead. And it was a wonderful dream. And now, I leave all of you with this thought, or this question. Which one did I choose? This has been Icebat, delivering you the best in video game commentary that a bat can give. Tune in next time.